that I have no boobs, that I have no bum, I'm really rubbish, I'm really rubbish, I'm really rubbish. Importance of challenging negative self-talk, that you're not alone. I want you to imagine that you're at dinner with Meryl Streep, Beyonce, Emma Watson and Michelle Obama, and you're telling them about your deepest insecurities, whether that's body image, whether that's fear of failure, whether that's trying something new, whether that's the fact that you're going to be judged by saying something, whether the fact that's about your relationship, whatever it is. I want you to imagine that you're telling them, and as you're looking at all of them telling them your insecurity, they're looking back at you and saying, I felt it too. Now you may think that is absolutely ridiculous, but this book, The Insecure Girl's Handbook, tells you that each of those people have felt an insecurity about something in their life. And I believe that every single one of us feels insecure about something. Some of us are just more open to share what that insecurity is, and some of us don't allow ourselves to share, and we allow it to eat us up inside. So in this video, I'm going to be talking around this book, The Insecure Girl's Handbook, and I'm going to be going through each of the different chapters, telling you my key learnings, my favorite quotes, and so by the end of this video, I'm hoping that if you're struggling at the moment with confidence, body image, whatever your insecurity is, you're going to feel better after this video, and you're definitely, I promise you, going to feel better after you read this book. Okay, so this book has been a real lifesaver to me, because the first minute you open it, it tells you how all of those people that I've just listed have felt insecure about something in their life. And I could relate to every single one of those insecurities, whether if it was about their body image, how they look, what other people think of them, not being able to enjoy the success, not actually believing what other people think of me. That has all happened to me before. So if someone says to me, oh, I really love this about you, oh, I really find this amazing about you, often I feel like, why do you think that about me? Because I don't believe that about myself. And this book is really great on the days that you're feeling really, really, really shit, if I'm completely honest, because it really helps you to lift you up, knowing that someone else has been in that position, knowing that someone you admire or someone that you think is successful also feels the same way. So I want to start this off by actually talking around what it means to be insecure. Now, I've got the Cambridge Dictionary definition, which is a feeling of lacking confidence and not being sure of your own abilities or of whether people like you. So as an example, they've said a sense or feeling of insecurity. She had developed an outgoing personality to mask her deep insecurities. I'm really glad they've included a male example here. His cruel sarcasm plays on people's deepest insecurities. Our response must not be distorted by base of emotions of insecurity, anger, or revenge, and his insecurity has kept him from having the success he deserved. So I'm really glad actually that this definition included both men and women. And whilst this book is obviously called The Insecure Girl's Handbook, I do think a lot of these issues actually apply to men, and I do think men feel just as insecure. They're just not as probably open about it, and we just don't really hear a lot of men talking around their insecurities, because there's this huge stigma attached to that too, in terms of being this like toxic male figure who can't feel anything or doesn't have any emotions and doesn't really care about anything. But this isn't a video about that. So I think this definition is really important because it really talks about what we feel from within, and that's what this book really talks around as well. The fact that no one else can make you feel a certain way. It's actually about how you feel about yourself, and I think that's where the whole thing around insecurity stems from. Now, what I really do want to emphasize throughout this video, and I will repeat myself multiple times, is that we all have an insecurity, and the fact that we all have one shows that it is totally normal, it is totally fine. You do not have to avoid it, you just have to be aware of it. Now, being really aware of your insecurities is super, super, super important, because what it does is it allows you to own them instead of allowing you to be triggered by them. Now, for example, if I'm really insecure about my hair, if someone is talking to me and they're looking at me, I might think that they're looking at my hair, and therefore I might interrupt them in the conversation and be like, what's your problem? Why are you looking at my hair? But they might just be engaged in a conversation with me, and naturally they're going to be looking at my face, and half the time my hair is covering my face. So what the point here is there. So what I'm trying to explain is that when we don't know what our insecurities are, we can often act irrationally, and we can often get triggered by other people's normal gestures or other people's normal comments. And that has definitely happened to me at several points in my life. When I'm feeling really low about something, if someone makes a comment to me, I will be more upset, I will be more triggered, and that's usually because I'm not aware that I'm actually feeling really insecure in that moment. I've just pushed those feelings out to the side and just thought, oh, whatever, I'm just going to ignore them. I don't want to to deal with my emotions today. And I think that's really common and it happens all the time. So the first step is being really aware of your insecurities will allow you to tackle them. It will allow you to know what makes you feel insecure, and therefore it will allow you to be really present and really conscious when someone makes a comment to you. Now, I just want to say, I think so many of us criticize ourselves way more than we actually praise ourselves. And that's because we don't want to be known as arrogant. We don't want to be known as someone who's full of themselves. We see being humble as such an amazing trait, and it is, but putting yourself down is not being humble. Saying that you're rubbish at this, saying that I'm so ugly, saying that I hate this about myself, and basically creating a list where you're assassinating your character is absolutely not being humble. I just want to emphasize that, because so many of us are so afraid to be like, I really like my hair today. I really like my makeup today, because we think that someone else across the room is going to be like, wow, she's so full of herself. Or as a man, wow, he really thinks he's the shit. But we spend 99.9% of our time in our own minds. Well, at least I do. I don't really go out that much. But at the end of the day, the person you're going to spend most time with is yourself. And therefore, the person you love the most should also be yourself. Now, to balance that out, we all have flaws, and it's totally okay and it's totally normal. And what this book really talks around is self-acceptance and self-love. If we understand that we're flawed, if we understand that we've all got something within us that we don't perhaps like, we can actually take action to work towards making it better, or sometimes you don't even need to take action. Sometimes you just need to accept that is part of you. It makes you unique. It makes you individual. And actually, for me, for example, I'm sometimes really insecure that I don't really have many curvaceous parts to my body. So I don't have big boobs and I don't have a big bum. And there are certain days when I wake up and I think, oh God, I just feel really insecure about wearing this dress, or, this top looks so horrible on me because I don't really have any cleavage. And I wish I did. And maybe, if I had a bit more cleavage, I'd feel a bit more confident. That's actually not necessarily the case, because I could go get a boob job tomorrow and I could still be feeling really insecure because I'm actually masking that inner work that I needed to do to actually love myself. So self-acceptance is really important here, and that's really linked to self-compassion. We're all very quick to criticize ourselves, but when was the last time you actually said, I'm going to give myself grace? I'm going to own the fact that, for my example, that I have no boobs, and that's okay. I'm going to own the fact that I have no bum, and I'm fine with that. I have really, really, really long legs, and actually I quite like that about myself. So I'm going to focus on the things that I love about myself. And the next time someone makes a comment about the fact that, I have no boobs and loads of girls have done this to me. Oh, Shivani, you have no boobs and therefore you can pull off this top, but I wouldn't be able to. You can wear a dress without wearing a bra. I can't do that because I have big boobs. I'm not going to be triggered by that. I'm actually going to be like, that's actually true, because I can wear a dress without wearing a bra, and I can wear a backless dress and not feel so conscious that my boobs are going to pop out because I don't really have any. And instead of being triggered by that comment, I've already done the inner work to say, you know what? I love that about myself. We all can't have the most incredible, perfect bodies in our minds. And so I'm going to accept the fact that, I don't have big boobs, and therefore I'm going to look at the positive. And when my friend mentions it, I'm not going to be triggered and angry by it and be defensive. I'm actually just going to own it. So here it's really important to understand that you need to challenge your negative self-talk. Like I said, those negative comments and those doubts and those fears will always creep up on you. It is totally normal and totally natural. And this book gives several examples from several expertise around body acceptance, about confidence. They've got loads of different expertise, and they've got these expertise pages. And I've actually created a little workbook which actually tells you the specific pages, my favorite quote, and my key learnings. So if you want to download it, it's totally free. I'll leave the link in the caption below so you guys can download it and you can see for yourselves. And then when you buy this book, or you can research it, you can see what those pages are. But essentially, challenging negative self-talk is one of the most important life skills I think that we can learn. As I mentioned, how we speak to ourselves is incredibly important. And this is where I always talk around affirmations and how you can actually rewire your thoughts to change your reality. Your brain is going to hear the same thing over and over and over again. Your brain will listen to what you tell it over and over and over again. So if you are telling yourself, I'm really rubbish, I'm really rubbish, I'm really rubbish, your brain is going to hear that. And then you're going to think, I am really rubbish, I am really rubbish, I am really rubbish. If you reframe that, I'm not asking you to say, I'm amazing, I'm amazing, I'm amazing. I'm asking you to reframe that and say, I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm pushing through, I'm trying, I'm really working at this. And if you reframe your mind to be saying those things, it's a positive way to look at a challenge you're facing. So this book really talks around the importance of challenging negative self-talk and how it's super important for you to make sure that you're telling yourself positive things to rewire your thoughts. Now, this is really important to my next point, which is all around building healthy relationships. Not all of us have a lot of people in our lives who tell us great things, right? I'm super, super blessed that I have this wonderful community that when I upload a video, a couple of you will comment, or a few of you will comment, or sometimes 100 of you will comment and tell me how much you love the video. A lot of you will also comment and tell me how much you hate the video and how my sound was rubbish and how this was crap and how I could have changed this and how I'm this, and this. But it's really important to at least have one person in your life that will tell you a positive thing when you ask them. So here it's really talking around the importance of building healthy relationships. That could be a partner, that could be a friend, that could be a family member, whoever it is. Make sure you've got that one person that you can go to when you're feeling low, and they can be that person to uplift you. If you haven't got that person, you can DM me and I will be that person to uplift you, because every single one of us has a strength within us, and every single one of us has something unique and amazing to share with the rest of the world. And here it's really important that you choose the right person. Now, from my own experience, choosing the right partner is the fundamental, most important thing you can do in your life. Do not rush it. I've spoken about it a million times. Do not rush finding someone just because they tick all those boxes. It really doesn't matter. The number one feeling you have to feel is safe, in my opinion, and you have to feel that they uplift you and they are your support system. So I had an ex-boyfriend who I felt was actually really negative towards me whenever I would share something, whenever I would share a new idea, whatever it was. But there was one particular example that I remember, that when I was really drunk, I get super loud, right? That's just generally what happens. I say when I was, generally even to this day, when I'm drunk, I am way more confident. You know, there's some people in life that say, you know, when I'm drunk, I'm just the same person. Yeah, I'm absolutely not. I'm way more confident. I will dance. I will be a lot more engaging. I will be able to, you know, be free, because I think in real life, I'm a little bit serious. And so when I'm drunk, I'm just a lot more fun. And I admit that and I own that. And that might not be a good thing, but look, I'm admitting the truth here right now. Now, I remember this one time I was really drunk, not like ridiculously drunk. I was just drunk. I'm so much of a lightweight, like I need 2 or 3 drinks and I'm gone. But this time I was drunk and I was being really loud. And I remember the next day I said, oh my God, I have, you know, that anxiety when you wake up. I don't know what it's called, but you know, when you have that anxiety when you wake up in the morning and you just think, oh my God, what did I do last night? I didn't do anything. I was just a bit loud. I was having fun with my friends. And I remember him saying, you were so loud last night. You were so annoying. And that just fueled my own insecurity of the fact that I hate the fact that I get louder when I'm drunk. I'm already loud as it is as a person. But sometimes I feel insecure about it. Sometimes I'm like, did I talk too much? Was I laughing too much? Did I say the wrong thing? Whatever it was. When you wake up and often you are hungover, you doubt yourself even more. And now I'm in a relationship that when I woke up one day and I had those same feelings and I said, oh my God, I was so loud last night, my boyfriend said, yeah, you were. And I love that about you. And everyone loves that about you because you're so fun. You bring so much enjoyment to the party. When you storytell, you exaggerate everything. And he says, you know, you're just so fun and everyone loves it. And it's just a really nice place to be in, to what my first boyfriend said to me. And the difference in the two, one made me feel even worse and deepen my insecurity, and one made me own it, and one made me actually move it from being an insecurity to actually just knowing that it's perhaps a strength. When I'm drunk, I'm a bit more fun, I'm a bit more free, I'm probably having more fun with my friends, I'm actually bringing better vibes. You know, maybe that's a good thing about myself. And actually, that really helped reframe the way in which I think about my insecurities. And this is where having really amazing relationships in your life can really, really help you. Now, this links to my next point, which is around developing self-confidence. Now, like I've said, you have that within yourself to do those affirmations, to reframe your mind, to watch videos like this, to read books like the Insecure Girl's Handbook that are going to help you build that inner self-confidence, and you need to do the inner work to do that. The second part is having other people around you, but that combined actually builds your self-confidence. So I want you to know that in this moment, building confidence doesn't come overnight. Confidence happens when you do the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. I still struggle to do these solo videos, if I'm completely honest, and that's because I'm quite new at doing solo videos. Even though on my channel, I've done hundreds of podcasts, being with a guest does not freak me out anymore. Being in front of this camera and doing this solo episode stresses me out so much more, and that's because I haven't done it 10,000 times. A lot of the time, we think you're born being a champion or being the best in your field or being an expert. That's not true. Everyone has to build up their confidence by doing that task over and over again. And I'm not being gonna lie, some people get there quicker than others, but everyone who's an expert, everyone who's perfect within their field or what you define to be perfect has practiced a million times. So please don't be harsh on yourself. Understand that we all start somewhere, and the first thing you need to do is just start. And here, I want you to always remember that you have to embrace perfection. The amount of people in this book that tell you how they really struggled in the beginning, how they wanted to give up multiple times, how they never believed they were good enough, even after winning loads of awards. And I think it's so amazing that these women have opened up in this book because it makes it all relatable. We all feel rubbish at times, even if we've achieved so much. And that's because social media, I think, shows everyone our highlights reel. So when we say, oh, I feel insecure or I'm feeling low, people are like, you're so ungrateful. You have so much. How could you be feeling sad? People say that to me all the time. And sometimes I say that to myself. Why am I feeling low? Why am I feeling sad? You know, I've got this, I've got this, I've got this. But I just do sometimes, and that's totally okay. So in summary, I just want you to know that if you're feeling insecure, if you're feeling self-doubt, if you have a lack of confidence in a specific arena or an area in your life, we all do. Every single one of us and every single human you will meet will be insecure about something. So I want you to know that you're not alone. I want you to know that you can actually take action on tackling that insecurity once you admit to yourself what that insecurity is. And once you know that it's not abnormal, once you know you're not weird, once you know that every single person faces some level of insecurity, you'll be able to own it, and you'll be able to actually find a strength within that insecurity that makes you feel that much more special. I really hope this video has helped you. If I'm honest, at the start of this video, I was really nervous to do it, but I'm really happy I got to the end of it. And if you've got to the end of it, tell me in the comments an emotion you're feeling right now, and I will reply to every single one of you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'd be so grateful if you liked it and subscribe to my channel because it's new and I'm trying my best here. So please do that if you have a chance. I hope you have a wonderful day, afternoon or evening, wherever you're watching this, and I will see you very soon.